Monktoberfest in Portland, Maine, which is great. It's an interesting conference because it's kind of different than a normal tech conference.
Monktoberfest, it's the best conference in the world. Every time you come, you leave well-fed, good drinks, and great ideas, and new friends.
The food is always great people around. You know, I love the ciders, I love the stouts, I love the wines, and the selection continues to be amazing.
I don't know how they do it. The food and the drink continue to get better and more interesting. I always tell people, I'm going to a tech conference, but it's really like a food and beer and socialization thing that happens to have tech people at it. It's all secondary because of what we get to enjoy.
It's a really well curated event, right? It's one of the things I like about single track conferences, and the experience that's created is that someone has thoughtfully put together an experience for you, and you get to just come and experience this thing they've laid out for you. And it's all of these people in mind. You don't get a moment to stop and talk about otherwise. You're always doing 10 other things, and now it's like we get 2 days, we can just do the really interesting part of it.
Monktoberfest has been helpful in letting me know that my own experiences in technology are not as unique as I think that they are, and that's really helpful.
Just the people that I connect with here is probably my favorite moments of all of it.
For me, I tell people it's kind of the human side of being in technology.
It's really focused on the aspect of connecting and networking.
I'm having a grand time, actually. I know many of the people that have attended for years. Of course, the content is always a surprise, which is important, but then also really thought-provoking and hard-hitting.
My startup hot take that I also fervently believe is that you should not be allowed to start a company until you've been to therapy.
Honestly, having come here, I've heard talks on folding fitted sheets and nuclear power plants and open source and lasagna and you name it.
And so there's a saying that goes, there's a grandpa, he's describing these two wolves having a struggle within him. And his grandson goes, "Grandpa, which wolf wins?" And the answer is the one you feed. Thanks.
The opportunity to speak to this crowd is intimidating because it's so fantastic.
The experience as a speaker at Monktoberfest is a combination of horror and delight, and I say that in the most loving way.
But today I'm in charge. I roped Julia into this one, and I'm the showrunner for today's presentation.
The horror is the part of knowing that nobody knows to expect you, and the delight of knowing that the talks that you get to give at Monktoberfest may not have a home anywhere else.
I always feel inspired and interested and excited to get back to life after this. It's a great respite, and it kicks off the fall in a beautiful way.
For me, Monktoberfest is that highlight of the year. It comes at a time where I've spent a lot of time throughout the year at conferences. So being able to come here and hear from a group of speakers that are talking not just about tech, but about culture and how it intersects with our lives, it fills that cup that I've been missing.
Coming here with the Monktoberfest people and the event and what we do and the kindness, this restores my faith in community. That's why I come to Monktoberfest.
It is as I expected to be deep, thoughtful tech as presented by the great minds of RedMonk and the community around them.
I want to say, thanks to the whole RedMonk team, they continue to put on a really great event people that want to come to. They're very self-deprecating and saying, we don't do this well, but they really do. It shows up and shines in how they, really meet the needs of people emotionally and physically. And shout out to them, both Steve and James and the rest of the team, and how much they've committed to this.
Thank you to the RedMonk team for A, creating this, and B, continuing to make a very intimate conversation space that brings people together to have hard topics discussed at great length.
Shout outs to the RedMonk team for putting it on every year and keeping it going. It's a hard thing and it's a lot of effort, and thanks to them for doing it every year.